A warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we have gathered here to celebrate our 65th Foundation Day. We had two sessions today prior to this. One to give away certificates to the first ever Campus to Corporate program for students, which was a KMA CSR initiative. Next session was to give away awards to the winners of the first ever KMA Corporate Cricket League. This was an initiative to attract more youngsters to our fold. Now we have come to the most important aspect of our celebration, honoring our past presidents and associates. Let's rise for a prayer video.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are celebrating 65th KMA Foundation Day. So I couldn't find the date when the KMA really formed. So November, it was November, but date was, it is like Taj Mahal. In 23 years it is constructed, and some historians are saying that 1631 it was constructed and finished in 1648. So this is like management. It is an evolving organization. Every time it has to get evolved. As today managers are challenging on time. There are a lot of occasions where managers are unable to contribute to the organization because lack of talent, lack of capabilities, etc. So KMA, the founders of KMA, and of course the past presidents who ran this organization contributed to state of Kerala for the rich management tradition. So thanks to each one of you before welcoming all of you. Our chief guest today, Chairman and Managing Director of FACT. FACT and KMA has a long-lasting relationship. I think the founders of Kerala Management Association came from KMA. Then we looked into back many secretaries, office bearers from long period of time, along with Mr. M.K.K. Nair, served for KMA. And they cultivated managerial culture in this state with other organizations. So, sir, we are proud and privileged with your presence. Thank you for coming. Mr. Kishor Rungta, he has an illustrious career of over 3 decades. He ran many organizations. Before, I understand that before he took over FACT, he was Managing Director of Electronic Corporation of India. And I found that actually he was on the boards of many PSUs for more than 2 decades. And he created wealth in PSUs. And FACT is also a profitable organization today. And he has actually working for bringing back the glory of FACT in our state. Thank you, sir. Then most important is our guests. Our guests are our past presidents. I am not naming each one of you because Nirmala, our president, has actually creating a wonderful story, portraying a story of KMA here. So I am sure that she will mention each one of you with the name and your contribution to the KMA. So I am not taking my time for that. And thank you for coming over here. Thanks for participating in this event. Another most important thing is KMA, this new building. This was inaugurated on last August, and which is again a very important event for us. Today, bringing talents to the organization is our job. So KMA, this building and these halls are fundamentally for management development programs. And we are actually working on creating that kind of a talent for our state and of course for our nation. So I am welcoming each one of you for this wonderful evening. Then of course my colleagues on the managing committee of KMA, KMA members and dear students, I am welcoming each one of you for this event. Before I wind up, I am also chairman of 40th Annual National Convention. So this is scheduled on 12th and 13th in January 2023, and the theme is next generation of communication and its impact in business. So you know that 5G is getting rolled out in our country, and also 36 satellites together went to the orbit with the ISRO and NSA, which is actually making a revolutionary change in the communications industry. That will bring new business methodology, processes, etc. to across the industry segments, be it in manufacturing, services, healthcare, or everywhere. So I am also requesting each one of you to actively participate for that convention. And we have other two important personalities, Mr. P. Maharaj and Mr. Matthew Joseph. They are our chartered accountants. Sir, with your permission, last 4 decades you have been auditing KMA. In today's corporate governance, I am not sure that whether 4 decades one single auditor auditing an organization is correct or not. But there is no question of your integrity or confidentiality, accountability, or any kind of issues. However, this is something whether I do not know whether we can celebrate. But thank you for your presence and thank you for coming over here. We have a significant contribution from few organizations and people to build this particular building. That is actually not a new building, it is old building, but elevated 2.5 meters from the old position. And of course, refurnishing, and today this kind of a hall we created, etc. So Mr. Vijit Jagadish, Mr. Josh Francis, and Mr. Deepak Narayan, I am welcoming all of you for this event and thank you for your contribution. So that is all from my side. So I request again, most important event is coming, which is January 12th and 13th. I request you to block your calendar, and those 2 days you are 100% mind share with us. That is, I am again requesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senior Vice President Mr. A. Balakrishnan. Now it's time to hear from our President, requesting President L. Nirmala for her presidential address and introduction of Chief Guest.
The most beautiful things in life are not things. They are people, places, and memories and pictures. They are their feelings and moments and smiles and laughter. A warm welcome to 65th KMA Foundation Day celebration. Chief guest of the day, Mr. Kishor Rungta, Chairman and Managing Director of FACT, our Senior Vice President, Mr. A. Balakrishnan, our Honorary Secretary, Mr. Ajaz Khalid, past presidents. So what a view. I'm so delighted to see all of you, all past presidents seated in the front row. This is what I used to see when I joined long ago and at the KMA. When I come for the meeting, you can see an array of past president, management committee members. Speaker and the topic is important, but more important for me those days was meeting all these stalwarts. So nowadays it is hard to find. I request that maybe this should be another start for all of you to please keep on coming to our KMA. And once again I welcome everyone, each and everyone to today's function. On this momentous day, I am extremely delighted to welcome all of you. History serves many purposes. Its record events, explain the rationale of events, and attempts to evaluate the causes and consequences of the same. Above all, to many, it gives a colorful panorama of nostalgic memories to mull over and relish. Parallelly, there is also a great danger in dwelling upon the glories of the past and ignoring the lessons it contains. From the time this idea of celebrating the Foundation Day came to my mind, I had been interacting with past presidents. This gave me the zeal and encouragement to move forward. Each of the presidents was sharing their experiences and memories during their tenure with KMA. It is hard for me to narrate the whole story, Sevika. I'm very sorry. However, we are planning to collate the history of contributions of each presidents. The date of 18th November, he just already mentioned, has its own significance. 1957 November was the year and month of KMA was born. 18th August 2022 is the day that new building was inaugurated. Thus, I coined Foundation Day is the 18th November from November. So from this day onwards, 18th November will be celebrated as Foundation Day. There were many who has toiled day and night and ensure the completion of KMA renovated house. This dream building was the result of the dedicated effort of our past president, Mr. Madhav Chandran, and MC members and his infrastructure committee. Lifting the building to a height of 8 feet were unheard of. But it became reality with the able hands of Mr. George Francis EDSS. He is seated over here. The facade of the building has changed completely and give a wow feeling, isn't it? Nobody can even recognize the old building. Yes, the architect behind this is architect Vijit Jagdish. He is also there. So we will be inviting them soon. The interiors of the building looks breathtaking. I'm sure all of you will agree with me. The work has been done by none other than the Deepak Narayanan, the Sambros of Sambros. He is the creator, he is there. And yes, our auditors, financials, accounting, guiding us for any financial matters and to comply with the law. We have two gems, Mr. P. Maharaj and Mr. Matthew Joseph. They have been doing a meritorious service for the past 40 years. I think, Mr. ABK, every year at the AGM, we always, unanimously, without any confusion, any argument, they have been selected. That's how it became 40 years. Hats off to you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind presence. When you look into the past, we can see the close association KMA has with FACT. Many of the leaders of FSCT have adorned the prestigious position as the President or Secretary of KMA. Late Nalla Perumal, you can see the first President of KMA. He was the chairman of Cochin Fortress. Then, but you can see two people there, Nanda Perumal and Paul Potten. These two were working with FSCT and they were the first two secretaries. The relationship of FSCT starts from there. And you can see the presidents of FSCT, starting in late M.K. Nair, B.K. Khanna, Shirin Matthew, Narayan Swamy, Ms. Chandran, so T.T. Thomas is in front of us here, and Mr. Mani, and yes, here we can see Mr. Jed Tilakan sir. The unbeatable association between FSCT and KMA can see here. Yes. 65 years of history, total 50 past presidents, 20 past presidents, sorry that they are not with us now, and we have now 30 past presidents. The FSCT we have got 8 past presidents and 6 secretaries, total 20 years. They were involved. The history cannot be forgotten. This makes it very apt that FSCT associates with KMA to celebrate the Foundation Day. I'm sure FSCT will continue in the coming years to continue the legacy. Sure, in future we get more presidents from FSCT. We also had very interesting facts in our long journey of 65 years. We had father-daughter. That is, there's only father and daughter, late K. Matthew and daughter Pamela ma'am. She is here. Thank you so much for coming. You're always my role model. And she is the first woman president of KMA. Thank you. You are an inspiration for all women seated over here. Thank you so much. Yes, another history. The only IMA president from Kerala is our T.T. Thomas. He is here already with us. Thank you so much for coming, sir. As we have got another history, we have a past president who was twice president of KMA and he completed 25 years in the managing committee. He is a very highly committed person. He is so passionate about KMA. He is not in today. Yes, he is, I'm sure that all are familiar with this face. Next slide. There was an array of eminent presidents who are instrumental in bringing KMA to the present stature. This tree was planted 65 years of history and 50 presidents so far, and I am the 51st president. Now we have collaborated once again with before that, I think this is a slide that FSCT, how we collaborated with in this function. Once actually, Executive Director and myself went to FSCT and we were gently talking about, sir, how can we go about and collaborate again? And we wanted to remember always about FSCT, and he immediately said, you suggest so that I can, we will see to it. And that's how this collaboration of FSCT and KMA came in place. I got many facts and information when I was interacting with past president. I am overwhelmed by the immense contribution each one of you has made. History cannot be forgotten. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Yes, that all of you put the strong foundation for all of us. I think these are our past presidents. They will be showing it again. So this KP Phillips sir could not make it. But I think he is already there. I have already sent the link to some of the past presidents who could not make it, so they will be definitely seeing this function. Of course, these are our president over years, Parthasari, and I think Mr. Srinivasan sir is from Binani. He was in Chennai, now he is in America. In America, there are a few past president now are there. One is Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Pai is there, and Mr. Srinivasan is there. There are few people are there in America. That's why they could not make it. And this is Mr. Kurian was actually he wanted to come and he was unwell. That's the reason he's just stopped, and he is definitely watching. And you can see here, Mr. Ravindran sir, Matthew Rumbat, and my master sir, Martin S. Nambiar, Mr. Joseph sir is there, Mr. Jayathilagan sir is here, and A.K. Matthew sir is here, Mr. Sunil Sakari is here, Mr. Premchand is here, Ms. G.B. Paul is here, Mr. Shastri is there, Mr. K.K. Jain sir is here, Pamela ma'am is there. So, thank you so much for your kind presence. Okay, next slide. Apart from the normal programs, I just wanted to show what we have done for the past 6 months. Can you show? So this is the inaugural function. This is another women's program, and this is a joint program. This is a Leaders Insight evening program. This is panel discussion we organized. KMA Startup Forum. This is another initiative, leadership program. This all of you are, we have already sent all the information, that's why I'm not going deep into it. CEO Conclave, Leader Insight, inauguration of CSR Forum, and flag hosting done here at the KMA House. And this is KMA House inauguration, was a big event. And yes, we have IMA President Digital Summit we organized. These are some snapshots. We also organized a Varnam lunch. Actually, we were organizing after a gap of 10 years. This is all stopped until we started again, Innovation Experience. And this is a book release that happened at the Crown Plaza. MKK Nair Memorial Lecture we already organized. Management Education Program, we conducted 2 programs this year. This AGM we organized and passing of the accounts, and community leadership, leadership insight, CEO talk again, panel discussion, KMA student chapter inauguration. Today we had 2 functions. The first function was CSR initiative. We have got student members, they are seated over here. The certificate ceremony held today. And this is the most prestigious award, LMA award we received last year. This year under the leadership of Mr. Madhav Chandran, immediate past president. Apart from this normal program, some of the new initiatives also had this time we have organized. This is the C2C. This is what I was mentioning. This is a new initiative, the Campus to Corporate. We had 8 classes, and 3 hours in every week we have taken, and the students are from Ilahia College. Today was their certificate ceremony. These are the classes they attended. We had a beautiful program. They were talking, doing presentation, dancing. It was like they created a school youth fest kind of a celebration mode today. This is another initiative that we have started. We realized that we are losing a lot of young managers to coming to KMA, so therefore we have organized this. This is a huge success, and that also just before this function, we have handed over the awards to the winners. This brand ambassador is Chinu, and his father came to hand over the prize. This is another initiative. It's going to be held corporate. It's a quiz competition called Quest. This is not only for corporates. We are organizing this even for our students as well. We have got 6 student chapters this year. Yes, KMA is celebrating. This is also first time at 65th KMA Foundation Day is organizing the first time. Yes. In the past, I'm sure there are past president organized KMA Day. I have seen the photograph as well. This is another initiative that we have taken. This nearby school, we identified this is a government aided school. We are helping them whichever way that we can. We have already donated some furnitures and PSUs, and then we are also sending a resource person for giving training, computer training. this is KMA membership. Membership also this year substantially increased, and it is now it's over 2,000. And now I request everybody to help us to take it to 3,000. That's my target this year. Let everybody join KMA. And the KMA annual management convention that already our senior vice president mentioned. This is first time we are having this at the Grand Hyatt. These are the programs that we have, and there are a lot of new programs are in the pipeline. I'm not mentioning everything. And now I seek abundant blessings and support and encouragement all of you to take this forward for another 6 months. So this is all from my side, and there is a presentation again is coming, and our AD will be doing that. So with this, let me have the pleasant task of introducing our chief guest. Yes, our chief guest is Mr. Kishor Rungta, Chairman and Managing Director of FACT Limited. The committed efforts put in by Mr. Kishor Rungta and his team created a milestone in the history of FACT. FACT was able to surpass its targets and could showcase the highest financial performance of the company in the recent years. FACT could maintain outstanding performance for the year 2020-21, creating new records in production, sales, and showing excellent result in the financial performance. Mr. Kishor Rungta is a qualified cost accountant and law graduate. He had an illustrious career of over 33 years in different industrial establishments of repute, both in public and multinational private sector companies like Grazim Industries, Modi Group of Industries, SR Industries, Ispat Industry, MMTC promoted steel plant in Orissa, covering sectors such as cement, steel, cables, strategic electronics, and other in different capacities. Prior to FACT, he served as Director of Finance for 6 years, Electric Corp of India Limited, under Department of Atomic Energy. He has over 16 years of board-level experience in various public sector undertakings. He also worked as Director of Finance and Acting Chairman and Managing Director of Hindustan Cable Limited, National Instruments Limited, and Bharat Bhari Udyog Limited. We are indeed privileged and honored to have you as the chief guest of this function, sir. Thank you very much, and
Thank you, President L. Nirpura, for explaining in detail the programs and upcoming programs, and also recognizing our associates, past presidents, on this very special day where we celebrate our 65th Foundation Day. Now it's time for recognitions. We have two gentlemen in P. Maharaj and Matthew Joseph who were auditing our accounts for the past 40 years. I stand corrected, it is 65 years. So our foundation and their audit matches. So it is our privilege, it's KMA's privilege to honor them at this very special occasion on our 65th Foundation Day celebration. May I request Mr. P. Maharaj to come forward and receive a token of our love and affection from the chief guest and our president.
Association with the KMA. I came into the picture 40 years back. That's why it has been 40 years. As 4 decades. He is my guru, and KMA work actually it's a honorary audit, and the commercial aspect has come into it only maybe 4 or 5 years back. When Satyan of Farman Marma asked me, Matthew, why you are doing this like this? We will give you a recent remuneration. That way it has been increased. Otherwise, it is a passion for us to do the KMA work because we have given a lot of respect to the organization, and that is reflected in our commitment to the audit work also. Thank you. Thank you very much for honoring us this day, this Foundation Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
It's an honor to stand here and accept this. Actually, the entire team had put in a lot of work to do this building. Architects generally, it is very difficult for us to, portray the emotions what we go through doing these projects. So to put it in words, it's extremely difficult. But we have worked together as a team, and everyone, the structural engineer Anil is not here. He was instrumental in getting this team together, and I wish all of members of KMA a bright future.
Thank you, Architect Vijay. Now it's time to recognize Mr. Jose Francis. He is the honor of EDSS, a specialist in rising buildings. Our building has been lifted 8 feet from the position where it was, and it is not heard of people rising the building to 8 feet. Please accept a token of our love and affection. And Mr. Deepak instrumental in doing up the interiors what you see now. We request you to come and collect a token of appreciation and love from Kerala Management. Before that, about 20 of our past presidents are not there with us. Let's stand for a minute of silence in memory of them. Mr. M.S. Venkatarao, Mr. M.K.K. Nair, Mr. P.K. Khanna, Chirak V. Matthew, K.A. Matthew, M.V. Bailey, C. Abraham, N.R. Shankar, K.P. Hormis, Dr. P.K. Narayanaswamy, S.G. Sundaram, K.G. Sheshan, N.P. Gopalakrishnan, D. Jayachandran, N.B. Chandran, Thomas Umman, R.V.S. Mani, V. Varghese, and M.K. Koshi. Let's pay our homage by remembering them in this very solemn occasion. Thank you. Our past presidents, we will be calling them in order of their tenure in KMA. Mr. P. Keshavan, he is not there today with us now. He is watching the program on Zoom platform. Hats off to you, sir. Dr. P.V.S. Namboodiripadu, he was the president in 1984-85. He is right now in US. Mr. V.N. Venugopal, 1987 to 31/12/1987. He is also watching the program live on Zoom. Mr. K.P. Philip, who was the president from 89 to 90, he is also watching it on Zoom. Mr. R. Parthasarathi was the president in 1990 to 91. Mr. T.T. Thomas, he was the president from 91 to 92, and he was the only person from Kerala who went on to become the All India Management Association president. generous in clapping our hands. KMA is in its present stage because of the hard work of these past presidents. So let's encourage them with a big round of applause. Ms. Pamela Anna Matthew was the president in 1992-93 and she was the first women president of KMA. Mr. S. Narayanan was the president.
I'm really delighted to see Nirmala here as second in command after so many years. We was always looking forward to another lady heading Kerala Management Association as president. All greetings to her. Well done. Good luck.
Thank you. Mr. S. Narayanan was the president from 1994 to 95. N. Srinivasan was the president in 1995-96. Mr. A.K. Matthew was the president in 1997 to 98. Mr. N. Srikumar was the president 1998 to 99. Mr. A.K. Nair, who is right now in Trivandrum and is watching the Zoom, this program live on Zoom, he was the president in 1999 to 2000. Mr. Joseph P. Philip, 2001 to 2002.
I am very happy, rather we are happy to be here because it is a rare and unique recognition given for us. I am very sure all the presidents, all the past presidents have given their contribution during their respective time. That is why KMA is in this form now. Very much thankful to Nirmala ma'am having organized this nice program, and we hope the forthcoming president also will follow this practice so that it will be continuously ordered. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. O.T.S. Nambia. He was the president 2002 to 2003. He came all the way from Calicut to attend this function.
Thank you, Nirmala and KMA team, for this glorious function, honoring us. Definitely, it is a great honor for us, and you have given an opportunity for us to go back in memory lane, where all stalwarts are there, doyens are there, and KMA has become a very big brand now. And the Kerala's economy, you can't separate from KMA because it has been addressing all issues, all critical phases of economy, as an anchor, as a guidepost, and further, the management movement was spearheaded by KMA. And thank you very much again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. S.R. Nair, he was president twice in 2003-4 and 2012-13. He's currently not present here. Mr. Kurian C. George was the president 2004 to 2005. He's also not there, he's not well, he's watching it on Zoom. Mr. N.R. Pai, he's in America now. He was the president from 2005 to 6. Mr. Sunil K. Sakaria, president during 2006-7. Dr. P. Ravindranath, 2007-8.
I think this is a great initiative by President Nirmala and the Managing Committee. In fact, as she said, only very few past presidents were seen for the KMA programs. I think today we can see a lot of past presidents here. I think the future presidents will also continue this.
Every year. Cash award.
Next we have Mr. K.K. Jain, who was the president 2008-9. You can be more generous in your plans.
I would like to express my deep gratitude to Nirmala and the leadership team of KMA and also all the people who are present here and honoring us. I really appreciate all this.
Thank you, sir. Next we have Mr. Satyanarayanan V, President 2010-11. He's not present here today. In 2011-12, we had K.N. Shastri as the president. Sorry, we missed one name, Mr. Jayathilakan, who was the president 2010-11. 2009-10, sorry.
I became the president of KMA during the first reception period. It was very difficult to how we were thinking about how we can conduct the convention without much contribution from there. And another thing, as I mentioned now, I am the 8th president from the FACT family. And one more thing is, I became the president after retiring 8 years after retirement from FACT. That also.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the error. Next, we have S. Rajmohan Nair, 2013-14 president. He is also not present today. We have Mr. Premchand, 2014-15 president.
Thank you. Thank you very much, President Nirmala and the MC team this year. It is really a pleasure. And as rightly many were mentioning, after a long gap, we are seeing all the past presidents together here. And I would say many of my gurus, and Madam was all here, and from whom we have, when I was a president, I learned a lot. And I'm sure Senior VP, no, I'm not saying to continue this. What I want to say is, during the convention, I'm sure that you will ensure we all these past presidents are there and who are not available also. And that would make the culture back to the old days. And the foundation stone laid by these people are so strong that KMA can never go down. Thank you.
We have Mr. Matthew Urumbat, who was the president 2016-17.
Thank you, Nirmala and team. As all the past presidents have expressed, it is always a happy moment for us to be honored every time and again. But all the same, all the contributions made by all the past presidents are really mentioned, and we all feel honored that we are able to contribute to the game. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Vivek Krishna Govind. He was the president during 2017-18. He was there in the morning session. He had a prior commitment, that's why he's not there presently. Mr. Dinesh P. Thampi, 2018-19 president. He's also out of station. Mr. Jibu Paul, who was the president in 2019-20. IPP, Mr. R. Madhav Chandran, who was the president from 2020 to 2022. He's also currently not present here. That finishes the recognition part. Now let's hear from our chief guest, Mr. Kishor Rungta, Chairman and Managing Director, FACT.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam, for the warm introductions. Srimati S. Nirmala, President, KMA, all past presidents here. A. Balakrishnan, Vice President. Mr. Khalid, Secretary, KMA. Esteemed dignitaries present here. Other esteemed participants from management fraternity who have joined here and also on the virtual platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good evening to all of you. First, I would like to thank the President KMA for inviting me on this function. It gives me immense pleasure and it is a moment of great pride for me to stand here today on the occasion of 65th Foundation Day of KMA. Friends, when I came here, when I met all the past president of here, I feel it is a very much honor for me for giving some award to the stalwarts of the KMA. And I must salute all of you for all the contribution you made for the KMA. It is not a small things that the KMA is there for last 65 years. In fact, I must tell you that it's very difficult to sustain, for such a long time. And I understand KMA is one of the first in IMA, because now I am also, industry representative in IMA. I was also the chairman of Fertilizer Association of India, Southern Zone. I am also the Vice President of Scope. So, but then I feel that IMA is a all different platform. When I attend the program there, the quality of the program they conduct, and the delegates they call, the speaker they call, it's unmatched. Even though we have CIA, FICCI, Scope, we have so many associations are there, but IMA has got its own brand name. I expect the KMA should also come to that level, and probably among all others state-wise associations, the KMA is doing the very good job. In fact, they have also invited me in one of the talk when Mr. Panikar was there on industry. I enjoyed that talk very much, and that way I am again thankful to KMA for giving that opportunity to me. So friends, let me again hearty congratulations to the management committee for organizing this 65th Foundation Day celebration in such a grand manner, and also all the past president and office bearer deserves big round of applause for their contribution and efforts in last 64 years. Incidentally, this year FSCT is also celebrating not 65th year, it is 75th year. One of the oldest company in Kerala, and I was told that even before the Kerala state came into existence, the company was there, because it was set up by the then King of Travancore. And you will be surprised to see that we travel our journey by using all type of fuels. We started with wood, Thomas Saab is there, he will vouch for me. We started with wood, then naphtha, then furnace oil, now we are running with RLNG. And sustaining 75 years in the chemical plant is also a very, very challenging. And as you said, when I see the board here, our great CMD, first CMD of FSCT, MK Nair, he was the chairman for 10 years in IMA, president for 10 years. With no other chairman, president is there for 10 years. I don't know what is the magic behind it. That somebody should tell me. That how he was allowed to continue for 10 years like your auditor.
Nobody will go.
Nobody will contest.
So popular.
So that's a great, there is a matter of pride for FSCT.
That's why 8 persons were from FSCT.
FSCT, yeah, and I have found that 2 or 3, people, the big senior executives who were there in FSCT now present here. That is also a big, pride for me to represent a company of that stature. Let me tell you, because since FSCT is in the heart of all the Keralites, what I found, because it is, even though we are central PSU, but it is in the heart of all Keralites. So let me tell you, the company is doing so well that we are running the plant with 130% capacity utilization, and for last couple of years we have reported more than 350 crores profit, and just before a week we had a half-yearly accounts we have adopted, and we have declared 281 crore profit. So as you said correctly, the past glory is coming back to the FSCT, and definitely we are going to give very good association with FSCT. That is why I have brought my HR head. So he raised objection. So I brought him here deliberately so that we can associate with this KMA in a bigger way. When I look the boys and girls sitting here, madam, let me tell you, if you feel it appropriate, we are always open to give them industry training in our company. You will have a very good exposure, because if you work in the chemical plant, it is as good as we are working in the oil plants, the petrochemical plants. And you will be surprised, you will be very pleased to know that we have also petrochemical plant, we call it caprolactam, which we have started production now. And that plant is also running with 100% capacity. The company which are having the turnover of 2,000 crores, this year we are going to cross 6,000 crore turnover. And down the line 2 years, our plan is to take this company to 10,000 crores. So I am very happy. I will be very happy if some people, some young boys and girls, if they come to my factory and have a visit, because we have got a lot of gold medalists. We have got very talented engineers and very good finance people, very good legal team. There you can have real insight how to manage the situation. Of course, KMA is imparting all this training. I don't undermine KMA, but I can give you practical My friend also Hari Kumar is there. He can also give training there. TCC is doing quite good. Huh? Am I right, sir? See, as I told you, I am 75-year-old, and this KMA was registered in 1957. Was founded by many visionaries for the management fraternity of the state. It is a matter of pride for me that one Mr. Paul Pothen from FACT, a great visionary, was also among the founder member. Apart from say MKK Nair, that need not to be said because he is already there everywhere, wherever you go. Am I right? So for me, he has set a very high targets. So it is very difficult for me to achieve that target. Because he was not only in the industry, he was also in Lalit Kala Kendra and lot of other activities. I was told that this medical trust college, it is also being, hospital, and lot of other things he has done for the states. So definitely, now being a central PSU, we have some limitations, but of course, whatever is possible, we will definitely do it. But as far as the KMA is concerned, I know that they are very much commitment and service to the management community in well-known. That is a well-known. Various seminars, events and competitions are being regularly conducted for the development of managers, helping them stay updated in learning new things. This will help individuals and organizations in realizing their true potential and encash the opportunities. KMA has been organizing many programs with prominent speakers and leaders. The symposia and the seminars excelled in imparting of novel ideas, encouraging young and aspiring managers that I need not to say, because you must be experiencing what type of programs KMA is organizing in the past. But now, let me tell you, having said that what you have done in the good in the past, but the future, the challenge is far, far more tough and more challenging in the years to come. Where I think the KMA can play a very vital role. Because the things after pandemic, you see, running the enterprise is highly challenging, and let me tell you, the management of enterprise is significant today, particularly after the pandemic. It is quality and capacity of managerial skills and abilities that makes the critical difference and enable business not only to survive but to emerge stronger. Because if so many people, if they are there who have managed the small scale industry or the big industries, they might have experienced that doing business is not as usual. You have to think out of box. And you have to think out of box. There the KMA can play a very vital role with giving you a lot of case studies, explaining you how few companies, even though they face a lot of difficulties, but they flourish like anything. And we in FACT is one of them. If you see my performance in the pandemic, it was the highest sales, highest dispatch, highest production. So in the crisis also we find opportunity. Because when the rake was not there, the industry was closed, I found the rakes was available to me plenty. The raw material cost has come down drastically.
How you arrange supply chain in those times?
Yes.
How you arrange?
That's what I want to come here with respect to the supply chain. Because the pandemic has increased several structural change in our business. Technology has gained potential to boost productivity by accelerating the pace of automation. As a result, consumption pattern has changed. Global supply chain is undergoing significant shift. And we have to capitalize on these opportunities, and companies are resetting their supply chain both globally as well as locally. These changes have wider ramifications for the economy worldwide, particularly for India. And success depends on how we capitalize on those opportunities. Further, these structural changes are to be kept in mind while formulating strategies for industrial growth. This is the first part which is my experience, that supply chain, how it affects the industry, and once you don't think out of the box, then you will be far below, and rather you will be abolished. And second, post-pandemic now the global push is towards green technology. India's energy sector is also witnessing significant technological transformations. As India grows rapidly, its energy demand is projected to pick up in the near future. Currently, a large part of the energy demand is met from fossil fuel with significant import independence. With a view to give a boost to the industry and to reduce the environmental pollution, the government has launched many programs which will help in cleaner air besides saving on fuel imports. The right towards renewable energy is a step in the right direction, both for energy security as well as environmental sustainability, which are critical for our long-term economic growth. Last but not the least, we have to also focus on the financial management. Technology is one part, marketing is one part, but the finance is the blood in the body. So how to manage the finance? The banking sector, there is a revolutionary change. Now the digitization is coming in a big way. There are non-banking financial companies, they are coming in a big way. There are different ways of raising funds. There are so many debt saving schemes are going on. So I hope that members, how they can benefit from the given scenario. Unless it is done, it will be a theoretical knowledge. So I expect that KMA will definitely come out with a roadmap how KMA will sustain better and make progress better. But I'm really happy to note that the Kerala Management Association is advancing the cause of management profession in the post-pandemic era by collaborating with industry, government and technocrats. And as I told you, madam, I'm open for that. And I can talk to other my CPS, CMDs. If your members want to visit any of the industry, you are always welcome. Come there, interact, see the practical things, what is happening there, and how we are getting with the situation. So this is my just request to you that how to address the future should be given more importance. And there is a quote of Socrates, the Greek philosopher. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Let's all work together to build a new world post-pandemic. This is what I told in my beginning of my speech, that out of the box thinking is a call of a day. Unless you do that, you are gone. Whatever we have read will not work unless there is a dynamic leadership. To participate in this celebration and express my good wishes to all the past presidents of the Kerala Management Associations who are honored here. My best wishes to KMA for completing 64 years. I wish all the best to KMA for all its future plan and endeavors. Thank you.
Association building was done by T.K. Thomas, but I inaugurated it. Similarly, Mr. Madan Chandran did all the work, but Nirmala had the chance to inaugurate.
No, but he was also in charge of the inauguration.
Mr. Kishor, Rungta, Chairman and Managing Director of FACT Limited, galaxy of past presidents, auditors, vendors of this iconic building, Executive Committee, Managing Committee, and distinguished members of KMA. Without the past, there is no present or future. Even though the origin of this phrase remains a mystery, the message is loud and clear. Understanding where we are going comes from knowing where we have been. Today, we all have gathered here to celebrate our glorious past, present, and the future. In KMA's acclaimed 65 years of spearheading management movement, the contribution of FACT is carved in stone with golden letters. And when we celebrate our 65th Foundation Day, we are honored to have with us none other than the current CMD of FACT, Mr. Kishor Rungta. On behalf of President and entire Managing Committee, I place on record a big thank you to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and for sparing your valuable time to be with us today as a chief guest for our Foundation Day. Sir, we highly value what you have suggested us to take KMA to even greater heights of glory, to the level of our own progeny, All India Management Association. For your information, Kerala Management Association is a founding member of All India Management Association. Today's celebration started with the distribution of certificates to students under KMA's new initiative of Campus to Corporate, organized under the chairmanship of MC member Mr. Anil Verma. The certificates were distributed by one of our senior most member of KMA, Mr. A.S. Narayanamurthy, in his absence. Actually, he could not come last minute because of he was indisposed. This was followed by the distribution of cash awards to the winners of yet another new initiative of KMA to engage youth with management movement through Corporate Cricket League, with Mr. Raghu Ramachandran as convener. We had none other than the current Honorary Secretary of RSC, Cochin, Mr. S.A. Nawaz, to do the honors. I would like to thank all of them for joining us in this celebration for our Foundation Day. I would like to thank profusely all the illustrious past presidents of KMA who are instrumental in building over the years this most respected management association and setting the standard to be in the forefront to recognize and appreciate the meritorious and quality achievements of managerial community in Kerala. Thank you all for your presence today to remember and cherish our past on our 65th anniversary of Foundation Day, 65th Foundation Day. KMA will be always proud of you all, and shall remain grateful to you, each one of you, for your valuable contribution to the management fraternity. Thanks to all the EC members, starting with our Senior Vice President, Mr. A. Balakrishnan, who welcomed all present here today to this important event. Thanks also to our Vice President, Mr. Bibu Punuran, for making today's arrangements, and my colleagues in EC, Mr. Johnson Matthew, and Joint Secretary, Mr. Dilip Narayan. All of us are working together in unison to make present and future memorable for all members of KMA and the managerial community at large. Thank you all. A special thanks to all the members of the Managing Committee and the special invitees who have given unstinted support to President Nirmala and her team of 22-23. Thank you all, Managing Committee. President Nirmala is doing a wonderful job as the President of KMA this year, and I must thank her not only for her presidential address, but also for conceiving this event, scripting it, and planning it, not only planning it, but also executing it. So all credits for this event go to you, Madam. Special thanks to the vendors who created this iconic building. Thank you, Vijit. Thank you, Sambros, Deepak, and Jose for the support and for coming here and gracing being part of all of us. Members of KMA are the backbone of this association, and I thank you all for your encouragement, support, and cooperation, and also for being here today for this important 65th Foundation Day. Thanks to all the young and budding managers of KMA's vibrant student chapters and the institutions for coming on a working day to be here, keen to learn about the challenges for the managerial community. I thank all the media personnel from print and the TV present today to report on the KMA celebration of past, present, and the future of spearheading management movement, and also about the wisdom shared on the management and leadership by our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Kishor Rungta. I would also like to place on record and thank the KMA Secretariat team led by our Executive Director, Lieutenant Jojo Jacob, and his team members, Prejeet and Sandra. You all are doing a wonderful job. Thanks to our program sponsors, Medivision, diagnostic services you can trust, for your support to make our programs affordable to our members. Sponsors indeed play a very important role in the success of all programs of KMA. Coming to next week, on the 24th, we have an interesting program. It will be addressed by Managing Director of Cochin Airport, Mr. Suhas S. IAS, on what next
for the only profitable airport in the country. And we will also be honoring our own MC member, Mr. Madhu S. Nair, Chairman Managing Director of Cochin Shipyard, for his contribution to making the Vikrant. We also would like to also mention on the 30th we have another important event which is on POSH, which is prevention of against and sexual act in workplaces. We will have a judge, we will have an IAS officer, and we will have an advocate. Keep guessing who all are they. Last but not the least, I must thank FACT for their large-hearted support for making this event a great success by sponsoring the event and presenting it and calling it as presented by FACT. Thank you for your large support. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, one and all.